Back to the 4x100 antics again. Today I have taken out the shaft that fit, and of course I bloody snapped it again, taking off that CV joint right here. But today what I'm doing is I got the jack shaft that I said about in my last video from good friend Michael, which is this here. How this works, it basically, this end goes into the gearbox, this bolts up to where the rear engine mount goes in, and here is your CV shaft on the other side, CV joint on the other side, where I'm hoping the Copen CV shaft will go in. Now measuring them up, just putting them side by side roughly, you can see that they're about the right size, which I think will work. That has a bit of a variation there, which is good and will give me a lot of work room with it. So I think this is going to be a winner, but I'll show you where this bolts up to on another engine. So be with you in a sec. Okay, and if you can see in this dungeon here, here's the 660cc that I pulled out of the car originally. So if I've got enough strength, which I may have, I can swing this engine around to show you. Okay, so this is the rear of the engine. Now, this here is your engine mount, and those two bolt holes there, that bolts up to the engine behind the chain there, and that's where the drive shaft, the jack shaft, bolts into, which would run back and into the gearbox here. So that's how that works. Then your CV will be on that side, going to your CV, the other outer CV shaft of the jack shaft is on the outside, and then that goes to your CV shaft and to your outer CV joint. So it looks like it's going to work, I reckon. Right, so now that's understood, this here is the shaft in the middle there is the L200 original, and then the top one is the Copen one. So basically it is going to be, by the look of it, about the right length for everything. So this is perfect. So in all honesty, by the look of it, if you can get yourself a jack shaft, no doubt from Japan, for an L200, L500, that'll go straight into the gearbox, and then the smaller Copen shaft will be the winner by the look of it. If not, I'm going to still do the measurements for this here, for the broken CV shaft I've got here, so that it is possible to get a bigger shaft cut and resize, so cut and resplined, which is hopefully what I may be able to pass that on with the top one up there to someone so they can get that done. As for me, I'm going to take my chances as long as I can with the jack shaft and the Copen stuff. But I'll put it all in. I'm not going to put boots on. It's going to be rough, so it can all pull out really easy, and we'll see how it goes from there. So I better get under the car and undo that bloody engine mount and see if I can find longer bolts. Alright, get back to you when I've done it. Okay, all done up loosely, so to see how it goes, and it all fits. Jack shaft, L200 or L600, L500, whichever it is, jack shaft, and the shorter Copen CV shaft. Yes! It works. All bolt-ons. Right, here's my broken CV shaft, the long one, the one that I welded and cut and everything. As you can see, there's the ruler there. We've got 100mm, 200mm, 300mm, 400mm, and it says 445. I still think it was a touch long, so I would probably go 443mm for the length of the long of the driver's side drive shaft. 443mm would be about spot on, I'd say.